PMCs, right? We've had Eric Prince on a couple times, private military contractors, and we've had that conversation with them. It's almost as if movies are portraying what's going to happen in 20 to 40 years. Okay, and you watch them, you're like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Seriously? That'd be crazy. It's no longer crazy. It's not crazy. It's normal. Yeah, a movie 30 years ago, that was crazy. Wow, even I said that was crazy. Now I've accepted it as the norm. So let me kind of take this in a different. So I'm watching Iron Man 1 and 2. We're going through it. We had Terrence Howard the other day on the podcast, so we went through watching Iron Man 1 because he's in it. So now Dylan is like that. I want to watch Iron Man 2, so we're watching Iron Man 2. In Iron Man 2, whoever's the Mitch McConnell role or the Chuck Schumer role is asking Robert Downey Jr. to give up the Iron Man robot to the government. He says, I'm not going to be doing that. He says, look what Iran is doing. He shows this clip, the robots that they're building in Iran, and look what Russia's building, and look what this is building. Showing the fact that everybody is building their own form of a superhuman Iron Man machine that you get to use, fly, travel, all this other stuff, right? Okay. And then this guy's a billionaire. He's very wealthy. He has the ability to build this stuff. He's super smart. He's super brilliant. And then you bring it to today. Elon Musk has given a speech about robots. And Rob, if you can pull up the speech, he says, you know, in the next 10, 20 years, the average person is going to be able to buy robots for $20,000 or $30,000, and I believe there's going to be, Tesla's going to have 10 or 20% of the robot market. Okay, he's talking about. When you're sitting there and processing future threats of military, I'm curious if this even happened or not. How much of the conversation is? No, that's the one, Rob. If you can play that. No, you just had it, Rob. The one right there. Yeah, play this clip if you could. Is there an audio to it? Oh, perfect. Go for it.
And even the most optimistic estimates that I've seen for Optimus, the optimist, I think undercount the magnitude of what this robot will be able to do. As I said at the beginning of the presentation, I agree with the ARK Invest analysis that autonomous transport is called sort of a $5 to $7 trillion market cap situation. Optimus, I think, is a literally $25 trillion market cap situation. So.
Yeah, that's not it. There was another clip that says, there we go, Tesla. It says there to be $30,000.
Here it is.
Is that the one?
Yep.
Play that clip, Rob.
I think everyone in the world is going to want one, like literally everyone. And then there'll be obviously robots in industry making stuff, and so I think the ratio of humanoid robots to humans will probably be at least 2 to 1, something like that. 1 to 1 for sure. So which means like somewhere on the order of 10 billion humanoid robots, maybe 20 or 30. And so then it's like, okay, well, let's say, you kind of make, let's say the build rate is, I think the build rate will be probably something ultimately like 1 billion a year, humanoid robots. Like actually.
1 billion a year.
And if Tesla just has a 10% share of that, and it might be a lot more than 10%, and there's, we make like 100 million Optimus units a year. For reference, the auto industry is roughly 100 million vehicles per year. So that, sort of similar ballpark, at least within an order of magnitude. And I think we could make one for a cost of maybe, at really high scale, of about $10,000. It's smaller, it'd be less expensive than a car.
You can pause it right there. Okay, so check this out. 10,000. So for me, if I'm the chief of, put me as the, sergeant major of the Army, sergeant major of whatever, Navy, whatever that position is, or the 4-star general, whatever this is. Are my enemies to worry about officially governments that I have to worry about? Or do I have to worry about free market billionaires that are soon to be trillionaires? They're going to be able to have 1 million robots that they can build and deploy. That, how do we regulate them? What new threats are we going to have 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now where that could be taking place? Do you guys talk about that? And when you were in for those 17 years, at what level were those conversations coming up? Or was, no, it's just more, here's what China's doing, here's what Russia's doing, here's what this is doing. What were those conversations like?
I mean, I think the worst world war that'll ever happen be between AWS, Google, Apple. Like, we've seen it. Terminator. Like,
I don't think it's unrealistic at this point.
For sure. With AI, the speed it's evolving. I mean, everybody will have one in their house, just like Alexa or whatever Amazon kind of, it'll be in there out of convenience. Do your laundry, pick your kids up, get groceries. They'll make it affordable. Own it for 5, 10 years, lease it, buy it, get new models. It'll be a problem when they can't control them.
Yeah, short wire, kill the dog, attack one of the kids. Like, you know, we've all seen the movie. I don't put a whole lot of faith in that, but I mean, that is a serious concern, though. I mean, he has an ungodly amount of money. And if he wanted to build an entire robot army and deploy it, he most certainly could. I mean, you can see the same thing with some of the drone stuff now. They can throw out a couple thousand drones, do these huge parades and all this stuff. All they can do is put a little bit of armament on them. It's a very hard thing to combat. I mean, the robot stuff will scare us, but I mean, it never came up in conversation. The only thing we're trying to do is solve the human problem.
Dude,
for our line,
I think it's about to change.
So do I.
I think it's about to change. And yeah, because to me, the PMC side, I kind of support, right? Because you need more competition, which is good. You need like private military contractors. Now, if the PMC is deploying business to our enemies and us, it's kind of weird. Conflict of interest. So then I have a problem with that. So you're sending 88 former military whatever guys to help Russia and to help Ukraine and to help this. So then do you sign NDAs and say, we'll do this $238 million contract with you, but you can't do with my enemy Russia for the next 3 years? Is that kind of how the deals are going to get done? Hey, free market, we're selling cars, I'm going to sell robots. Guess what? Russia wants to buy 1 million robots from us. This person wants to buy 2 million robots from us. Now there's robots that travel. Now there's robots that fly. Now one guy comes in, battery ends, drops, 6 people die. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, again, everything is about anticipating a future war. I wonder how much of us, I want to believe that our military is already ready for the 2045 war, not the 2025 war. I want to believe that. Do you believe we are working towards that, or you guys are in it? What do you think?
I mean, we're not in it anymore, but they were always talking about the next ridge line. Always. Even when Iraq was brand new, they were always foreshadowing, always looking for the next obstacle that's going to come up. You know, if this happens, these two countries align, we'll be dealing with this. And you got a lot of people in the U.S. military that are just looking at future conflicts. I have no doubt they're trying to actively combat that, but that is not going to be an easy thing to crack. Especially, I mean, people with ungodly amounts of money can just do kind of whatever they want to at a certain point. Yeah, if you don't hold them accountable, if you don't make them sign on a dotted line, like, you cannot provide this tech to our adversaries. If they're not willing to do that, then I think you shouldn't be able to get support from this country.
I mean, Lockheed Martin, I think, definitely didn't sell F-35s to Russia, but I know they sell them internationally. At least what the article said is they don't get our version. So they may look the same, but internally and how they perform, ours perform better. So if we sell, or they sell F-35s to Thailand, they may look like the same F-35 we have, but ours is more capable.
How certain are we of that?
That's the trust we have in the government and the State Department and ITAR.
Rob, can you pull that up? Can you just search it and see?
Got to ask ChatGPT.
If you said Lockheed Martin, right? If Lockheed Martin sells F-35s to us versus what country do we want to say? Russia? Nah, they don't sell to Russia. Versus who?
Anybody.
Give a country, anything. Versus UK. How different are the models, or are they identical? Great question. F-35 is designed to be multi-stealth variants. There are notable differences between the Lockheed Martin sales to the U.S. and the U.K. So the variants are three things: F-35 conventional takeoff CTOL used by U.S. Air Force, F-35B short takeoff vertical landing used by U.S. Marine Corps, U.K. Royal Navy and Air Force, F-35C carrier-based version used by the U.S. Navy. U.S. models are F-35A Air Force, F-35B Marines, F-35C Navy. They also receive top-tier hardware, software, full access to mission data files, proprietary electronic warfare, unrestricted access to source codes, to deeper integration, full control over weapons. The UK models use excessively F-35 variant. Queen Elizabeth Council, it's the only Tier 1 partner in F-35 program and has, okay, can you ask the follow-up question and say, which countries does Lockheed Martin not sell F-35s to? Lockheed Martin not sell F-35s to, F-35s to, yeah. Let's see what it says. Actually curious now, like if the U.S. government gets involved, Lockheed Martin does not sell F-35 to several countries, primarily due to U.S. export, geopolitical concerns, lack of alignment. Countries not allowed. Russia, obvious conflict. China, okay, good. Iran, North Korea, all four make sense. Syria, Cuba, makes sense. Venezuela, makes sense. Turkey, interesting. That's got to be recent. Was a partner, but kicked out of the program in 2019 for purchasing the Russian S-400 missile system seen as a security risk to the F-35. Huh. Just 6 years ago. Countries not currently approved, but may express interest. India, Indonesia, Egypt, Vietnam, Saudi Arabia. Who is approved to buy? NATO allies, close allies. So all the NATO, and then Japan, South Korea. See, that's interesting to me, to have that kind of a system. To me, my question is not countries moving forward. Really isn't. I'm just not. You get a guy who has all the money in the world and decides to build real weapons, and then the government tells him to do something. No. And then the government needs him for the products that he's producing. So they also don't want to do anything to him because the reliability is on that guy as well. It's going to be very interesting. The next 20 years are going to be potentially many of these movies we watched the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's sketchy. It just is. Like, it's so much easier fighting a human. It just is. It's so much easier fighting a person than it is.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, for you guys, you're like, listen, if I fight a human, guess what? I'm fair. If you kill me, you beat us. You know what? Cool. But you going up against robots? We're talking about robots. Allen Iverson would say, we're talking about robots here. That's a very different situation. Yeah.
Just fight them on the water.
Do what?
Fight them on the water.
Fight them on the water?
Robots don't do good.
Where do you feel the safest? Like, for you guys got families. Like, if you were to, I had a guy here, his name was, he's the only guy that we brought on the podcast back to back within a month. What was his name, Rob?
Peter Pry.
Peter Pry. Do you guys know Peter Pry? This guy was the expert in EMPs and nuclear weapons, Peter Pry. We brought him 2 times in a month. It was so interesting. And then second time around we brought him, the guy ended up passing away months later, if you remember that. It was such a tragic, suddenly all of a sudden we're like, wait, what happened? We just had the guy on the podcast twice in a month. And I asked him, where do you feel the safest to live, to have your kids? You guys are military. If this is the direction it's going, you got kids, you got family, you have the resources, where would you feel building something to feel the safest in case shit were to hit the fan and you got family? What do you do with your 2 girls?
Move to Montana, get off the grid.
Yeah, definitely move inland. Get
Inland?
off the grid, yeah.
But you're not there yet. You're not thinking about it yet.
No.
Now the business on the East Coast, can't leave it now.
No.
Yeah, kind of stuck there. I mean, in a perfect world, you'd be more inland.
So, in other words, what you're saying is maybe in the next 5 years, you're going to employ 200 robots. And they're going to be, yes, sir.
Put them right on the ocean, just look outwards.
Right on the ocean. Yep. I dare you to come in and do something here to us.
Hey, what's going on, guys? DJ Shipley and Cole Fackler from GBRS Group. I want to talk to you real quick about Manak.
Retired Navy SEALs, entrepreneurs, and co-founders of GBRS Group.
Cover everything from flat range shooting, mental health, mental resiliency, physical education, anything you guys really want to drop into. Search us on Manak, find us on there, and I'd love to connect with you guys.
Look forward to hearing from you.
Appreciate you guys. We'll talk soon.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.